Hi, I'm James Tavernier. Thank you for sending your questions. Let's see what you want to know.
What's a very good diet to become a very good footballer?
I would say a lot of protein, meats, fishes, vegetables, lots of pasta, especially before games. And then if you've been good all week, and then you may be able to get a little treat at the weekend. So that's what I would say.
Hi James, my name is Blake, and also let me ask you a question. How often do you practice your keepy-ups today? I just really want to know.
So thank you for your question. As I've got older in my career, the practicing on keepy-ups have probably shortened. So you just do that as maybe as a little mess around. But when I was really younger, it was one thing that I used to love to do, especially in the house, because my mum didn't let me kick the ball off the walls or off the TV, so I had to really keep close control on kick-ups, and it obviously really helps with your first touch as well. So keep practicing as young as you are now, and you'll have a great touch.
Hi James, in Oasis fashion concert, what's your favourite Oasis song?
What's my favourite Oasis song? I've only got a couple of Oasis songs that I like, but Don't Look Back in Anger would be my favourite one.
Hi James Tavernier, I'm Cooper. When did you start playing football? Because I started playing football when I was 6. I hope you had a good summer holiday. Bye.
Hi Cooper, thank you very much. I did have a good summer. I started playing football, started kicking the ball as soon as I could stand. But when I first went into a team, I think it was around about 6. Funny story, I had to play for the year above because there was no age group for my age, and the coach's son was in my position. So I played a full season in goals, which probably not a lot of people know, but yeah, my first season of being a footballer was in net, and I loved it because I had a big kick as well.
Hi Tav, who were your idols growing up as a footballer, and what have you got advice-wise for a young player that wants to be captain?
That's a great question. The players that I looked up to was, obviously I'm a big Leeds fan, so Lucas Radebe was the guy who I really looked up to at Leeds. He was the captain, and one of my favourite teams when I was a kid was Brazil, with the likes of Ronaldo, Rivaldo, Ronaldinho, and watching the Nike adverts. They were big inspiration for the enjoyment side of football, because every time you seen them play football, they was had a smile on the face. So the advice that I'd give to you, enjoy it, and work really hard, keep practicing on all aspects of the game, your weaker foot. If you want to be on free kicks, practice free kicks, but do it with a smile on your face and really enjoy it, and that goes a long way.
Hi Tav, I'm Blake and I'm 8 years old. So you're my favourite football player, but who do you think's the GOAT? Messi, Ronaldo or somebody else? I hope you win a lot of silverware this year. Bye Tav.
Hi Blake, thank you very much. It is a big debate. Ronaldo, as a complete footballer, has a lot of things: heading, weaker foot, free kicks, penalties. But as in the footballing brain, I would go Messi. So I think Messi just tips it a tiny bit with his footballing brain and his ability to do what he does on the ball. But yeah, great question. Thank you.
Hi James, my name's Aaron. What has been your favourite goal that you scored in Rangers?
Hi Aaron. My favourite goal. There's a few. I'm going to say there's 2. Just there's different meanings. I'd say the cup final against Aberdeen, where we won the League Cup. that was obviously a moment where I was only goal scorer and we ended up winning the trophy, so that was a real special one. And I do love the Borussia Dortmund at home. My volley, which Calvin Bassey crossed it in, and I scored at the back post just because of all, the atmosphere, the buzz around the stadium. It was a special goal.
Hi James, who's your best friends in the team?
Who's my best friend in the team? It was a good question. Football's a game where it's a revolving door. People come and people go. But I would say I'm friends with everybody. Being a captain, you get to speak to all the players, especially on a personal level, make sure they're okay, make sure they're settled in, especially the new boys who come in, and you just get to talking to everybody. So I would say everybody would be a friend in the team that I see. But that's a great question. Thank you.
Hi James, my name is Kieran. I'm wondering what your favourite car is.
Well, Kanan, that's an unbelievable flag in the background. I really appreciate that. My favourite car, I'd have to say my favourite car would be a Ferrari Pista. That would be my favourite car, dream car. A great smile at the end of that video, by the way.
Hi James, my name is Daniel. My question for you is, which player in the squad do you get along with the best with? Thank you, bye.
Narrowing it down, I'd probably say Duge and Rabbi. They were invited round to my house for Christmas, which Rabbi did dress up as Santa Claus, which the kids were very amused by. But yeah, I would say them two, as in for the jokes and talking majority of the day.
Hi Tav, my name's Ben. My question is, how's life under the new manager? Come on the Rangers!
Hi Ben, good question. It's been really good so far. I obviously know the gaffer from the time that I played with him in the early years of my Rangers career, so really familiar with him, and yeah, it's something that's a work in progress. We're working really hard at this moment in time to understand the playing style and really trying to apply that onto the pitch. But I think you will see a big difference of the way we're going to play this year, and I think it'll be really exciting, not just for us as players, but for you as fans to watch how we play.
Hi Tavernier, it's Warren. Just wondering, what was your favourite game and what was your favourite goal scored and why?
The best game would happen to be probably the Leipzig game. The last home game before the European final. I get an early goal and then Lonnie finishes it off to put us through to the European final. My favourite goal, there's obviously a few, but I'd put it in that game as well, because that was one of my favourites as well when I scored the early goal, and it was a kickstart to a good game which ended us winning and getting to the European final.
Hi Dav, this is Zach. I've got a question to ask you. What's your favourite goal you've scored for Rangers?
I'm going to have to say different ones. I don't want to say all the same because I'm going to have to come up with different ones. If you go way back to even to my first goal, that would be up there, one of my favourites against Hib at Easter Road. My free kick, we were down in that game. There was a free kick, and the day before I wasn't even meant to be on free kicks, just being obviously a new lad. Nicky Law was going to be on free kicks, but when the free kick happened, somebody was just telling me that I had to take it, so I managed to convince Nicky to take it, and it went in the back of the net, so that was the first of many, so that would be up there, one of my favourite goals.
Hello, what was your favourite Rangers in the whole career and why?
That's a good question. I've been asked that. My favourite top in a Rangers career. I think it would be the season where we won 55. Obviously, there was a lot of. It was obviously going through COVID, and there obviously wasn't that many fans going. Well, not in the stadium, but that top that led us into 55 would be a memorable one for me.
Hi Tav, and what was your favourite moment and why was it?
Hi, good question. I like the poster in the background. Obviously going into the European final, that Leipzig game, something that you dream of as a kid, going into like European final, and the teams and the players that we played on that journey to get there. You know, we were pretty much the underdogs going throughout that journey, but every time we felt that we were going to play at Ibrox, we felt that we were just going to beat any team that would turn up. So that journey and that final game to get to the final was a special one. And that is me. Thank you for your questions. I shall send a present out to all of you, so I appreciate it, and take care.